Hey friends. Well, it's departure day, last day at Crystal Lake, and as always, there's this, I spoke about this at the end of last year, there's always this thing that happens where the last day, the weather is perfect. The lake looks like glass. It's not a cloud in the sky. I don't know how the world does it, because it feels very personal to me. I'm like, does everybody who leaves Crystal Lake get a send-off like this? But the funny thing is, I talk to everyone I talk to has the same experience. Every time when you leave Crystal Lake, it's like you get this perfect day to just remind you of what you're leaving. It's kind of both really beautiful and poetic and also kind of torturous, because you're being reminded of the beauty of this place as you leave it. And so I'm having that experience, and something that was coming through this morning as I was in my morning routine is that, this trip has just felt so spectacularly beautiful. We've had a really, really nice time, and that's with family and kids and a bunch of let's call them opportunities for chaos, which we took full advantage of. And as I've spoken a little bit over the last couple of weeks, what family dynamics kind of can feel like, and what the experience of being plunged into a vacation with family can kind of feel like, and the patterns that come out, and the kind of unearthing and the facing into a lot of our kind of deep stuff. Families bring out deep stuff. You heard it here first, folks. But something that was coming through this morning is that we have had a really, really wonderful experience of this. And we have had, I'd say, even with all of the chaos, a really smooth ride. And something that, what I attribute that to, and something that I think, this is something that I really do feel blessed to be for the way that my family and my loved ones seem to approach this. We seem to be willing to dive in and look at what's coming up. And it almost, what was kind of showing up this morning was almost like a reframe of what these times are about. We go on vacation, right? We call it going on vacation, and it means that we're not going to be working our regular job, and we're going to go somewhere, and we're going to have fun, and it's going to be sunshine, and there's going to be a lake, and vacation can be anything for anybody, but this is our version of it. And the idea is it's going to be so relaxing and so much fun and so all playful. And then, for some of the reasons I've discussed over the past few weeks, that's frequently not the case. A lot of people are regularly feeling at the end of a week or two of this, oh my God, I need a vacation from my vacation. Because in this context, we strip away our regular structure, and all of a sudden our pattern makers will go berserk, and our pattern triggers go berserk, and there's just a giant cacophony of stuff that comes up. Not always, but also not infrequently. So my take this morning was, what if that's what this time is about? And what if we could simply embrace that that's what it's about? What if we could actually kind of enter into these experiences with that intention, not expecting it to be play and joy, and I mean, again, not hedging against those things, but kind of like knowing, for me, I think, entering into this knowing that I'm entering a giant flurry of potential pattern stuff puts me in a place where I'm not surprised by it. I'm kind of one step ahead of my own triggers because I know they're coming. I don't it's not that they don't happen. It's just that I'm expecting them now. I'm actually kind of like proactively saying that's part of my intention, is to look at that and see what's there. Well, now I'm not resisting that anymore. And I'm not feeling as though my experience of vacation is being interrupted by these patterns. These patterns are actually what this time is about. And that's a really, I think, I think for me, again, I'm a certain personality type. I love this stuff. I'm passionate about it to the point where it's literally what I make a good portion of my life about, my work life. So, but I think I would also kind of offer that to anyone who has these, these periods, these times, these experiences we're entering into. See, what if we reframe it, and what if we enter in with that intention, with the intention to face into as many of our patterns as we can and see that stuff. Hey, Claudia. In just a few minutes, hon. But give me another 3-4 minutes. No, honey, not right now. We have a cousin who wants to get in the swimming pool. Just a couple minutes, hon, and you can hop in.
Let's go see. There are 2 kids out there. Liam and Dylan.
We have a very intentional young woman who wants to enjoy her vacation. For her, it is not at all about the things I'm talking about. Pardon the interruption. But that's, funny enough, exactly what I'm talking about. When things come up, I'm sort of ready it's almost like I know I'm going to get a workout. It's like it's like heading into a gym knowing you're going to do a really intense workout. Like it's like high impact intensity training day or whatever. You're not surprised then when it's hard. It can be exhilarating. It can be fun. It can be inspiring and empowering and totally transformative because we've made space for it to be a little tough. And we've made space for it to be a little uncomfortable. Workout is actually a really good analogy in a weird way that just popped into my brain. But that's actually kind of an interesting way to look at it. And then, of course, the other thing that has happened since we've been here is we've had the joy of vacation. And especially, I would say, the kids, the young ones, have had the joy of vacation. Because as the older generation, we've kind of been willing to manage ourselves and do our part of the work. I mean, I have these memories of being a young person here, and it was just boundless joy. Boundless joy. And I think I spoke about this in one of my early posts, first couple days we were here. And I know that it's because my parents were doing massive work. They were doing massive work. They were having fun too, but they were also willing to step up at every moment along the way and do what they needed to do to process their stuff, so that their little kids could just be in joy and in play. And when I think about when I recognize that that's my role now, and I recognize that there's a way to do that still gives me a vacation, still gives me joy, and still gives me all of basically everything I could ever want out of the experience, but it comes from a place of a kind of deeper intention. It's not as free of, I can't just like show up and just expect the experience to take care of itself. I actually have to be intentional, and I have to kind of be willing to stay engaged and to do my work, just like a workout. You don't go to the gym, say you're going to do a high intensity workout, and then stand around the gym looking at everybody else working out and expect that to somehow turn into your workout. We have another cousin in the room. Anyway, folks, I think I've kind of given you my spiel for the day, but that's what's showing up as I prepare to leave this place, and the fact that the time feels like it has ended in such a beautiful way, and we've had such a marvelous experience all around. I think affirms for me this approach, and really kind of empowers me to almost like formalize it and understand, oh, this is really a way, this is I have some control over how these experiences work out. It's not random. Going into even with the thicket, the flurry, the kind of chaos of a giant family event, I actually do have control over my own experience, and I actually do have the capacity to manifest what I want within that. So that's where I'm at today. Much love. Have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow when I'm back in Albuquerque, New Mexico.